This world is much older than we think. There are histories and civilizations that once existed on this world that absolutely do not exist anymore, and there is absolutely no trace of them. And we are definitely going to talk about this here because a lot of people don't understand where I'm coming from when I'm talking about these weird stories. So with that being said, hey yo, peace, it's your man L. George, man, coming right back at you with some of that real talk, real fast. And man, and if you do, man, if you have it in you, please hit like, share, and subscribe. It helps your boy out, man, and make those comments, man. You text me, man, I'm gonna text you back. That's how that works. But yeah, man, there's a lot of unknown things in this world, man, because society comes to an end, and when the new people come and they find the old stuff in society and they want to claim themselves as the new kings and the new rulers, they tear down a lot of the old stuff and they get rid of the things that they've seen and the stuff that they know about, and they replace themselves, you know what I'm saying, they write themselves into the story. And that's what happened here on this doggone planet. Certain civilizations came to an end. Let me take you to the beginning of this here. This is what really goes on this planet. When this planet is getting ready, when some catastrophe is getting ready to happen to this planet, there are often people who are in the know and there are people who are not in the know, just like today. There's a doggone asteroid heading to this doggone planet, and some people know about it, some people don't. But the people who are in the know, they often go down to these doggone caverns. They go to a safe place up under the earth. This is why you always hear, in our day and age, we hear people talking about building bunkers. Now, when these people go down up to their safe place behind waterfalls and down in the caverns up under the world, or their own man-made bunkers, whenever people go down into these places, they take their technology, they take their book, and they take most of the artwork down there with them. You have seen this before in movies, like that movie 2012, I believe, when the world was getting ready to get hit by a meteor or was going to flood some kind of way, and they had to take all the artwork and everything, all the Constitution, also they took all that stuff and put it in a safe place and took it with them. This occurs frequently. However, whenever the people come back up out of the caverns and after the whatever the catastrophe is over with, whether it be nuclear, whether it be something by nature, whether it be the sun, whenever it's over with, the people in those caverns, they come back up. Now, when they come back up, it doesn't kill everybody out here. You have survivors. And usually the survivors, being that they no longer have access to the books, and sometimes they forget how to read and they forget how to work certain inventions, so they start to degress. That's the best way I could say it, you know what I'm saying? They start to go backwards. They devolve, the people who are on the surface. Some of the people on the surface, they devolve, but others evolve, you know what I'm saying? They still keep the ability to read and write, and they still know how to work some of the mechanisms or some of the inventions that were still left on the surface. But when these people come out, they find all the people who don't really have the knowledge, and then they start spoon feeding them a little bit of knowledge at a time. Now, here's a train, here's a plow, here's electricity. You know what I'm saying? They just feed the people all over again with the same manner. So they're giving the people the same technology and the same knowledge that they had in the last world. Now, also, sometimes, like I said, whenever we think of intelligent life, we often think of people like us, who look like us, who was running things. But there are worlds where there were people who did not look like us. They look very different from us. Some of them look like reptiles. Some of them look like talking cats. Some of them look like them things you call gargoyles. Some of them look like these dinosaur people. It was all kinds of different lifestyles. Some of them look like these little shaggies. You know what I'm saying? There was all kinds of different civilizations before us. And the people who came out of the caverns, they have the information on these civilizations because some of those people went down there. Some of those beings went down there with them. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of those beings, they have intuition. They know when something is coming, so they knew how to go and hide any doggone way. But anyway, the people were like, they would come up to the surface. They would give you new technology, and then, oh, this is what I was getting ready to say. It's the people who come up out of the caverns. They would want to, sometimes they would get to the point to where they want to consider themselves as the kings. So what they would do is they would take the carvings and stuff off of the buildings that were already there, the ones that they could still use. If it was a building up there that had too many gargoyles on it and had too many draconian looking beings on it, they would take those things off, and then they would carve other new ones and put their faces on there. And then they would create a narrative and say that this was them in the past when it really wasn't them. It's kind of like how we do nowadays when we find places like Angkor Watts, you know what I'm saying? When we find places like that, and we go in there and we start excavating and we start seeing a new world and we start figuring out bits and pieces. And then we start putting those bits and pieces in our books. So then after this here happens, after whatever's going to happen happens to us, the people who come back out the caverns, they're going to be looking at it like, oh, well, here, these are some remains. Let's get rid of these remains because we don't want them. We don't want to activate them and make them remember who they are. So let's get rid of some of these remains. Let's put our faces on the picture. Let's write a new story and give them our story. And then some of those people, man, believe me, you better believe this. Some of those beings in the past worlds, they had already had AI. Because, see, they used to have like an organic version of AI where they were dealing with the spirit. They didn't have to use a computer to tap into the energy wave that was out here. They had a way to speak to the so-called unalived people in spirit form, because when you go onto the other realm, many of you have access to all of the different information out there. And they were using them to get information. They were using them just like AI. But anyway, man, a lot of times, like I said, when I'm telling these weird stories, these are stories that remain from certain times and time frames in existence. So, I mean, that's pretty much it, man. Just stick with me with the stories I'll be telling you. I know some of the stuff is going to be weird, but man, look. Why not take your mind to other places? And like I said, man, get all the information that you can, because somewhere down the line, you're going to see something on television, you're going to see something in a movie, and you're going to, or you're going to run into another content creator, and then you're going to be able to connect the dots because they're going to give you confirmation of the things that I am telling you. We have always been doing, like they said, that's corn. When they say there's nothing new under the sun, that is the absolute truth. You know what I'm saying? These people, man, they've been playing games with us this whole time. But anyway, man, this is going on 8 minutes, man. I don't want to bore you. But continue to watch my videos. And because I'm going to be going off into the strange stories, like those cat people. Okay, let's talk about the cat people real fast. See how fast I can do this here. You had the lion people, you had the cat people, you had dog people, and you had these things called shaggies that you call Bigfoot. All of these different beings, they once came, this is the story, that they came from the constellation right around Sirius A and Canis Major. These hairy type beings, these animalistic type beings, they ended up here on this doggone planet in no telling how long it was here. They once had rulerships in their own kingdoms on this planet. Here's the thing. The cat-like people, like the felines, like the domesticated cat, they were beings who looked like that. And those beings used to hate those doggone reptilians. But I told you the story about us and how we used to be so agreeable that we would allow people to just do whatever to us. We allow people to unalive us. The domesticated cat was the same way. What we did was we mixed our bloodline with these reptilian type people so we could have a disagreeable nature within us. And those cat-like beings did the same thing because they were very passive. So they mixed their bloodline with these reptilian type beings, or these snake-like people. That's who they really mixed their bloodline with. And when they mixed their bloodline with that, time out. Not only did they mix their bloodline with snake people, but they mixed their bloodlines with humans too. There's a story of one called Panthera. I can't think of his full name, but there's he's part of the Jesus story. When they talk about the Jesus that was born in a manger where animals are kept, that is the story of the panther version of Jesus. You know what I'm saying? I'll get into that one day. I'll show you a video on it. But let's get back to this. Those cats, they mix with a doggone snake type being. And when they mix with that snake type being to get that disagreeable energy within them so they could protect themselves, they also took on the characters of their eyes. That's why when you look at a snake, and when you look at a cat, if you notice, it has the eyes of a reptile. Right, it has the slits like this here. Now let me tell you something else about the cat. I hope y'all stuck around to the end because this is gonna make you laugh. Whenever you get a chance, go to YouTube and type in the cat cucumber prank, and you will see people take a green cucumber, right, and sneak it up on them cats. And then when the cat turns around and he sees that cucumber, he jumps and then tries to run because the cucumber caught his ass off guard. Because they used to go to war with those doggone reptilians and with those snake people, and it's still in their doggone DNA. And the cat has the most amazing reflexes. Its reflexes are faster than that of a doggone reptilian or that of a snake. All right, man, that's enough of this weird stuff, man, but I still got another day to go. I got to talk about some more stuff Friday, some more weird stuff, so peace and blessings, y'all. I'm out.